You know, when we picture the cyberpunk future, we usually imagine this really cold metallic world.
Yeah, lots of neon.
Right, neon lights, cybernetics, and machines just ticking away with flawless digital precision. So welcome to today's deep dive. We have a really unique stack of sources today.
We really do.
Yeah, we're looking at the gritty cyberpunk novels of author Mirella Ricardo Granato, plus some of her personal world-building notes. And our mission today is exploring how she completely flips the usual high-tech dystopia on its head. She does this by, reconnecting the female body to the profound rhythms of nature.
It's just such a brilliant contrast. I mean, you have this 29th century world ruled by nanotech and androids and, these hyper-calculating men running everything.
Exactly.
Yet then for characters like Akiko and Trix, the thing keeping them alive isn't, well, a better microchip. It's actually their organic connection to the moon.
So what does this all mean? If they live in a hyper-digital society, how do they even track the moon? Because everything we know about cybernetics runs on precise, uniform clocks. It's basically a giant, soulless Excel spreadsheet forcing time into a grid.
That is exactly where Granato's world building starts its rebellion. She actually, she completely throws out the Gregorian calendar.
Wait, really? Just tosses it?
Yeah, the narrative operates entirely on the Lunisolar-Gaia calendar. So
Yeah.
time is measured through actual lunar phases, percentages of light, the tides. Rejecting the machine's calendar is like a fundamental protest against synthetic, state-mandated schedules.
I love that.
But refusing to run on their time is just surface level. The real rebellion requires a system the state literally cannot touch, which brings us to their physical biology.
Okay, let's unpack this because I'm struggling with this a bit. In a genre completely obsessed with hardware, where enemies have literal nanotech coursing through their veins, relying on a natural lunar cycle seems like, I don't know, bringing a biological knife to a laser fight. How does organic biology actually help them survive against advanced tech?
Well, because in Granato's universe, the menstrual cycle isn't just some background detail, it's a massive tactical advantage. Characters like Akiko, who is this brilliant doctor, they experience their cycles as living archetypes.
Living archetypes, like what?
So they have highly practical applications. Think about the 4 phases. You have the maiden, or donzella, which brings this surge of raw energy and physical action.
Which would be perfect for combat scenarios.
Exactly. Then the mother phase, the moan, kicks in, driving extreme care and logistical preparation.
Right. Yeah.
Then the enchantress, or feticera, provides razor-sharp intuition. It's an acute ability to perceive hidden danger. And finally, the crone, the ancien, signals a time for strategic withdrawal and really deep reflective wisdom.
So it's not just a metaphor. The text actually uses biology as a literal survival framework.
Very much so. The narrative explicitly mentions Akiko feeling the, quote, crone knocking at the door to warn her to conserve energy in high-stakes situations. It actively governs her energy and her choices.
Here's where it gets really interesting to me. It functions as an organic, unhackable firewall. Practically speaking, this intuition isn't magic. It's physically sensing micro changes in the environment. A shift in the air, a drop in temperature, subtle tension.
Right, things that a highly calibrated synthetic sensor might just filter out as background noise.
Yeah.
That is the core mechanism at play.
Wow.
The author's notes explicitly highlight this concept, stating simply, Trix bleeds. Reclaiming the right to mark time with one's own blood is a powerful reclamation of feminine power and intuition.
Because for Trix, who's this fierce alpha wolf mercenary, and Akiko the doctor, this visceral instinct is what senses threats that the enemy's nanotech completely misses.
Exactly. A hacker can rewrite an android's code in seconds.
Yeah, easily.
But they cannot hack the biological warning system of the enchantress phase. The blood operates entirely outside the cybernetic grid.
And that's why this biology is far from a weakness. In a hyper-connected world where every piece of digital data can be hacked or corrupted, your organic intuition is the only unfiltered data you can truly trust.
Spot on. True survival in an age of information overload requires both. You need the technological savvy, but you absolutely cannot lose that deep, unshakable root in your natural biology.
It totally shifts the whole cyberpunk trope. In a world of cold, metallic precision, the beating, bleeding heart is the real revolution. Which leaves you with a final question to ponder. In your own life, surrounded by digital alerts, algorithms, and rigid schedules, what organic, natural rhythms are you currently ignoring that could be your greatest source of intuition?